So manipulation comes fast and easy in prison. Why? It's a word you don't know nothing about. So when they're handing you guidelines, what information you have to contradict what a saying?
How far does mind manipulation go? Again, when it comes to dealing with new inmates, dealing with guards, and again, dealing with people on the outside, you got to say things to get what you want. You got to, like you said, it ain't just about strength. It's about using your mind. How far does manipulation go into an inmate's thought to process his time through prison?
Manipulation starts from the moment you leave this world and wind up in cuffs, man. Manipulation don't start when you get to prison. It don't start when you hit that county jail. That shit started the second the police put them cuffs on you standing outside that car. And when you don't have a brain for the game, you finna get f***ed over. That's where the manipulation actually starts. That's why when a lot of people say, man, you playing in some shit that you don't know nothing about, and they try to tell people go to church and get a job, that's because you acting out here, man. You pretending to be something you ain't. But you finna go around niggas who done already been in, been out, or nigga been in and stayed in. So when the manipulation that you think is finna kick in, now, homie, it already started. What you entering now is the final ingredients to the manipulations, because now you looking at the shit that was rumored to be what it was, and as you walking around, you seeing the bars, and you seeing these, you wonder, just like what it is on TV, man, I know they told me this and that stuff, because I walk them shoes, man. So manipulation comes fast and easy in prison. Why? It's a word you don't know nothing about. So when they're handing you guidelines, what information you have to contradict what a saying? So everything he hands you, until you see otherwise, you got to treat it like it's the gospel. And if he feeding you a bunch of lies, man, you won't know that shit dog food until it come time to shit it out, man. And then that's when you start growing up and realize, man, the took you fast. That's why some people they don't have no rest, man. They got too much on their plate because you done lied to this one, lied to that one, set that one up, took his shit. Now it's been 5 years this done grew up. It's just the same way as out here when fathers mistreat their sons, man. That same little boy you f***ed over gonna one day be a man that's gonna remember that shit. So that's how it's easy for prison to keep turning in circles with the violence, because everybody trying to eat the best way they can. And fresh food is a brand new coming through the door. So it come tell him anything. Your mama still love you. This your first time in prison. You got your aunties and your sister and them behind you. So you gonna get them letters in the mail. They gonna put money on your books. Nigga, I'm finna slide up on you like I'm your best friend. Tell you anything and everything you want to do, and I'm gonna walk you through this according to how I see you should be walking. Because as long as you stepping and you can smile, then nigga, you'll give me everything I want. And that's where you come from. That's part of that manipulation, man. That's psychological warfare. But after a nigga been stepping with a nigga for so long, again, he gonna run into the same shit he introducing you to, because that nigga might get a letter in the mail. You don't have to necessarily steal from a nigga, make him your enemy in prison, homie. You can breathe wrong, or you can just simply go in the mirror and do one thing. Give yourself an edge up, homie. And the fact that you know how to do that, but this nigga want a haircut and can't get down for free. He looking at you, saying to himself, this nigga think he better than everybody on the block. All the while, you ain't did nothing to him, ain't said nothing to him. And then he watching you slide up under this nigga, and now you really eating, and he been here this whole time and still ain't got a blessing. Guess what he can do, man? Slide right up under the nigga that's feeding you and say, look out, little homie, since you been here, man, you been fucking with that nigga. But I noticed you been going to the store getting this nigga this, that, and this, that. Say, homie, man, you don't owe that bitch ass thing, my this, that, there, and the other. And guess what that nigga gonna do? Think about it. Man, you so right. Now here it is, 5 years later, you been my partner, but I grew up and I realized what you been doing to me. Now I really got a vendetta for you. So now it's 2-on-1. See what I'm saying? And that's how that game going up. So that psychological manipulation, prison is full of that shit, man.
Like you said, when somebody come in there, they fresh food, they brand new. For a person who's new to prison, just anyone speaking to them, any inmate speaking to them, what percentage of the inmates would you say is their goal is to manipulate that young man versus genuinely help him?
That's not gonna be everybody.
Okay.
I'm not gonna tell you every nigga walking through that bitch is sitting back with their fingers crossed hoping they get action at him. Nah, that ain't the play, man.
Okay.
Cause some in there, they done been so long to where they send back their mind and their business, man. When they see the young, they ain't gonna know nothing about him. They ain't heard nothing about him. They ain't finna ask him shit. They ain't got shit for him. They ain't against him. They ain't for him. You just another in this, man. Cause it be so humble to work. He in there every day and don't give a fuck about nobody in there. At one point in time, that same man used to smile, kick it with everybody, say, how you doing? Now he's sitting back saying to himself, man, f all these niggas. And usually get to that point when he locked up is because he been there so long, man, and he done had to get one letter after another letter after another letter. And he started to realize up in here, man, my family tree out there is withering away, man. Yeah. Grandma gone, grandpa gone, uncle just passed, ain't in the hospital. So now when these new come through here, it's like you don't even see them, man. And you know he ain't got nothing for you because they don't even know you. So you don't even give a f. So that ain't for the whole prison as a whole that's gonna pry down on them. But for the niggas who sitting back, who ain't had to get them letters yet, for sitting back who got people out there with money who constantly shitting it out, feeding them, making them live in paradise while in hell, them might turn around and look at it and be like, man, y'all see that nigga over there, bro? Where that nigga come to that bitch in the new shoes, man? What that nigga got on his feet? You know what I'm saying? That's how I got my first assault charge in prison and they read me my rights. Cause I went down in the penitentiary with some Dennis Rodman's on, man. Yeah. That was back when Funky Worm was doing this shit. And then, hey, he told me he gonna take my shit. And the nigga gave me the heads up. I said, nah, homie, nigga ain't finna take nothing, bro. And then when I used to talk, and you know, I never got loud with this shit because that ain't been my thing. Because if it's going down, it's going down. Why we calling each other bitches and hoes, man? Why I'm putting on the show for everybody to turn and look and say, ooh, they about to do this and that. No, it ain't gonna be that. And easiest thing to go, bro, is it's a choice to be made, man. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't gonna get into what I did to the nigga, cause fuck the but he learned his lesson. Nigga, you ain't taking the ass thing over here. Not to say I ain't never took nothing from it, cause I done had some losses in the penitentiary, man. You know what I'm saying? I can sit here and tell you, homie, I done had niggas lie to me about this and that. Next thing you know, the nigga done got shipped off the unit, all type of shit. You know what I'm saying? But hey, it is what it is, man. You know, you got to pay your tithes some kind of way sooner or later. Something gonna come through, man, where you ain't gonna get all of it, man. You gonna have to give some back. And if you don't give it back, God find a way to take it from you. You know what I'm saying? So
I would say, would you say it's better to downplay the access you have as far as with commissary, with things you have? Like, it sounds like when you get in prison, if you come in there looking like you got it, they gonna treat you like you got it. It's better to maybe come in there and look like you don't have it. Go to commissary like you don't have it, and then slowly start, you know, getting into it. Because some people will go in and, hey, their parents might be like, man, here's $1,000. What you need, get whatever you need. It just seems like that might be an error to go in there and just start balling out of control right when you get in there. Especially if you don't have no name out here in these streets. You just a regular, Samaritan.
Nah, let me tell you like this, man. Because you might have somebody who will tell you, man, you go in there and I went to prison, I did that and I didn't have no problems, man.